I love that we're getting to see what a messy bitch milkshake is. Episode 4 Severance just dropped and they opted for a time skip. So let's talk about it. And spoilers if you aren't up to date with Severance. They very intentionally included that this was a week after the events of last episode. And it made me question everything I was seeing in regards to Mark. How did that reintegration go for him? We see a moment with him and Helly where, his visions are merging. But for him to keep that type of poker face the entire episode was, I don't know, not bizarre, but interesting. I can't wait for them to catch us up in the next episode. Well, hopefully. Milkshake is a petty bitch who lives for drama, and I love it. Especially after finding out last episode that race is definitely a construct. It reconceptualizes everything about Milkshake. Because he's not just some dweeb who's in the corporate space. He's been code switching this entire time. At least that's my headcanon. So seeing him say things like, this is the biggest waterfall in the world, and then knowing that he put them on this terrible retreat in the cold to be like, here, damn, always asking for something. This man at Emmy. I knew that Irvin was going to be MVP, but I didn't expect it to be like this. Because we saw from Rip, he did not trust Helly and her story. And that's why he's only been confiding in Dylan, because he knew that Mark was compromised. For someone who has been essentially grieving this entire time, he's been able to keep a steady head. It was definitely spitting when he told Mark that he was too blind to see what was going on with Helly. Helena. What this show did with this reveal was so interesting because every episode we were all saying, this is not her. They knew we would know, so they made sure the reveal was as explosive as possible. And I'm not going to hold you, I thought it was going to be Mark who was going to expose her because she clearly was acting different, more smug. And it was him who said, Helly was never cruel, that really got to me. Mutual does a video on this and I'll be sure to tag him below, but Irvin is correct. Helly was defiant, but she was never malicious. And we see some aspects of Helly's personality in Helena because remember, they're the same person. But you can't shake the rich off. And that's what Irvin was seeing with her. I also feel like Helena's felt the most she's ever had in her moments as an innie. Her opting to have sex with Mark wasn't really to be a mole. I think she just wanted to feel something, connect with someone. And that's why she kept on watching that video over and over again where she was watching her innie just be spontaneous. Can't believe how they framed this execution. Because in the end, even though I knew that he wasn't dead, it felt the same. It was just as heartbreaking. Especially after I saw the way he embraced Helly after she came back. He was willing to risk his life to get the truth out. My only solace in his death is knowing that Helena never got to hear from her father that he was proud of her. That raggedy hoe will never know true love. This episode was beautiful. Every episode is. 5 out of 5 Frankie Flames.